Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy and life coach, Jonathan Belcher here. Doing this video talking about the power of taking advantage of opportunity. Now, right now I'm in the park, so you might hear some noise in the background. That's just the landscapers doing their thing. Just tune out the noise and pay close attention to what I'm talking about in this video, because you're gonna learn something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. It's a gem that you will be able to use and apply for the rest of your life so that you never miss out on life-changing opportunity again. All right, and speaking of opportunities, I remember when I was 17 years old and I had went to this barbecue. It was a barbecue, was up the block from my dad's house, right? And just a regular typical barbecue with some of my dad's friends as well as some of my friends. And I had my cousin with me. And we went to the barbecue. Now, where we went to the barbecue at, the people's house that we went to, they were very good friends with the neighbors that lived across the street from them. So imagine a house and another house right across the street from each other, and they're neighbors and they're cool as hell, right? Literally at the same time, they were both having a barbecue. So, and being that we knew both of the people, right? We knew the people whose house we went to first, and we knew the neighbors across the street. We were able to kind of go back and forth from one house to the other house, go across the street as if it was a combined barbecue. You know what I mean? So it was a cool little get together. So mind you, I'm at this barbecue right now with my cousin, and I'm talking to this girl who's a friend of mine who at the time she really liked me. And it's funny because this girl is the daughter of one of my dad's best friends. You know, she's the daughter of one of my dad's best friends. So I'm talking to her, and, you know, we just laughing, chopping it up, you know, catching up because I haven't saw her in a long time. You know, eating food, having drinks, all that stuff. You know, not no alcoholic beverages. I was too young at the time. I was only 17 years old. So next thing you know, she had to leave, right? She had to go back home. She lived in Brooklyn, so she had to go back home for something. Now, after she went home, the girl who lived across the street, she walks in to the house that I'm in, right? She walks into the house that I'm in with her cousin. So her cousin, and I immediately, the minute her cousin walked in, I immediately took notice of her, like instantly took notice of her. Because when I tell you this girl was one of the most beautiful girls you will ever see on planet Earth, I mean that with no exaggeration, right? So I'm looking at her, and I'm like fake starstruck, even though she's a regular, typical girl. Beautiful girl, nice, long, beautiful hair, has a nice shape. And my cousin sees the look that I give this girl, right? Now, remind you, my cousin's like standing right next to me, and we're looking in the mirror, just kind of checking ourselves out in the mirror, looking at our gear. And my cousin, he hits me on the elbow, like right away. When he sees that I notice this girl, he hits me on the elbow right away. And he's like, yo, come on, man, chill. You was already talking to the other girl that was here before. Let me have this one. Let me talk to this girl, right? You already spoke to the girl who left. Come on, man, you hogging up all the girls. You trying to talk to all the girls. So I was like, you know what? Cuz? And this hurt me. This hurt to the core to do this. But in that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take one for the team. I was like, cuz, you go ahead and talk to her. You could talk to her, you could do what you want. I'm gonna stay out of it. You know what I mean? Now, this whole time I'm saying this to him, this is hurting me to even do this for him. To do this favor for him is hurting me because I wanted to take the opportunity right there to talk to the girl. I wanted to start talking to her right away. So I did exchange a few words with her, right? Now that I'm remembering, I did exchange a few words with her. I asked her name and I asked her age. Now, at the time, I was 17, she was 15. You know, I was 17, she was 15. But she didn't look like a 15-year-old. She looked like she was at least 17, 18, because she had a nice shape, you know, didn't have the vibe of a 15-year-old. So I thought, I was shocked when I heard she was 15. Make a long story short, my cousin's a little younger than me. So I was like, you know what? I'll let him talk to her. So, now remember, this girl's beautiful, like, gorgeous. Like, literally pain in my heart to let my cousin talk to her. It's literally hurting my heart to allow him to go kick his game to her, like literally. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm taking the L. I'm taking one for the team. I'm like, all right, I'm going to stay this one out. So that's what I did. So next thing you know, I just stayed in the house I was at, and you know, I was talking to one of the daughters of my dad's other friend, right? Just friends. We're just friends. There's nobody liking each other with this situation, but we were just cracking jokes, talking. In this time, the girl who's gorgeous, who walked in with, you know, the girl who's the cousin of the other girl, the gorgeous girl, she goes across the street, and my cousin goes across the street to the other house as well, of course, to follow her, right? Because she's at the other house. He want to continue talking to her. And this whole time, deep inside, I'm like, fuck, like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe I'm passing up this opportunity right now. I'm like, yo, I'm just like, oh, man, you know, like, I just wish him the best, but I'm so fucking mad right now that I really gave up this opportunity to talk to her. So I say about 45 minutes to an hour pass, right? And I'm looking at my watch now. I'm at the barbecue, and I'm looking at the watch, and I'm like, you know what? He should have had more than enough time to speak to her, right? He should have had more than enough time to, you know, get her number, find out some information about her. But I said, you know what? It's about time for me to go across the street and see what's going on over there now. I think I've been here for about 45 minutes to an hour now. I think it's time I go over there and see what's going on. You know, that's how I was thinking. So I go across the street, and they're sitting on the steps in the living room, right? I go inside the door, they're sitting on the steps. My cousin and the girl are sitting on the steps in the living room. And as soon as she sees me walk in, her face lights up. Her face lights up. Now, remind you, he was talking to her for the past 45 minutes to an hour. So when I seen her face light up, I'm like, all right, this could only mean one thing. She was wondering where I was at, number one, most likely. And number two, she's probably more interested in me. You get what I'm saying? So the minute she sees me, we start talking. You know, she calls me to she calls me to the top of the stairs. She shows me one of her tattoos or whatever. So at this time, I'm like, all right, this girl definitely likes me. Now, remind you, this girl is gorgeous, right? Like she looks beautiful, and I'm like, you know what? If my cousin ain't get her number by this point, it ain't my problem, right? You can't be mad at me. You have 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just coming on the scene. What's good, bro? Like, what's the problem, bro? Like, I ain't gonna like take one for the team and give you all day. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm sitting on the steps, and I'm like, I gotta test to see if she really likes me. You know, that's what was my thought process at the time. I'm like, I gotta test. I gotta do something to see if she's really interested in me. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, she's only 15. Now, I'm 17 years old, so it's not much of a difference, but it still sounds like much younger. 15 and 17, it sounds much younger, even though she's only 2 years younger than me, because I'm about to be 18. So, you know, at least in a year or so. So in my mind, I was like, damn, she kind of young, but I mean, she looks good, like gorgeous, right? But I'm not touching her. I'm not doing anything inappropriate. I'm not sexually harassing her. We just having conversation. So I was like, I got to do something right now that's going to make me know if she likes me or not. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna command her to do something for me. So I looked on the table. We were sitting by the banister on the steps, and I look to the right, and I look at the table, and I see this cake, a big cake just sitting on the table. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask her to go cut me a piece of cake. And I ain't gonna say please. I'm just gonna kind of demand it, right? Not in a mean way, but I'm just gonna kind of demand it as if like I'm talking to my wife or a girl or my girlfriend or something like that. And I wanna see how she reacts. So I say, you know, I want a piece of cake. Can you get me a piece of cake? I said, get me a piece of cake, please. I want a piece of cake. I said something like that, right? She just gets right up. She walks right there to the table, kindly cuts me a piece of cake, places it ever so gently on the napkin, and brings it back to me, right? Now, at this time, I'm like, yo, she definitely likes me, right? So then we start talking. Now, I can see from the corner of my eye, my cousin's, he's kind of watching us, but he's kind of not, because at the same time, she had a friend there, so he's kind of talking to the friend, but the friend ain't have nothing on this girl. Like, this girl was like dream girl status, you know what I'm saying? Like look, drop dead gorgeous type vibes, right? So she cuts me the piece of cake, and at this point, I'm like, yo, this is confirmed. She likes me, and, you know, this is what it is. So we having a conversation. Around this time, the sidekick LX was about to come out. So she told me, she was like, you know, in 2 days, she was like, I want to give you my number, but I don't have the number yet, because in 2 days, I'm going to be switching my phone over. And she was like, what you can do is you can give me your number, right? And what I'll do is I'll call you when I get my sidekick in 2 days. Now I'm thinking she bullshitting. I'm like, yeah, whatever. She's probably just saying that. You know what I mean? She just don't want to give me the number. So now I'm like, I'm getting kind of mixed signals. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, she gotta like me though, because she wouldn't have just got up right away and cut me the piece of cake. You know? So I'm like, So then I ask her where she's from, and she tells me she's from Florida, right? She tells me what she's from Florida, and I'm like, damn, you from Florida? I'm like, damn, I'm all the way up here in New York. And then she's telling me that she'll come up here frequently, you know, come to New York frequently, back and forth to Florida. So I'm like, all right, maybe this could work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, maybe this could work. So I'm like, all right, well, I said, make me this promise. That's what I said to her. I said, make me this promise, right? Because at this point, like, I'm like, yo, this girl looks good, and I never want to leave. I would never want to. I kind of don't want to lose no connection with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, I gotta get with this girl, even if I gotta wait 2 years, 3 years before she turns 18. I don't mind doing it. Like, that's the kind of my mindset. I wasn't 18 yet, though. I was only 17, right? So technically, I could talk to her, but it's like sketchy. You know, 17, 15 is like, you know, borderline, but it's 2 years older than her, right? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, promise me when you go back down south to Florida, just promise me you're going to keep in contact with me. She said, you got my word. I promise you I'm going to keep in contact with you. John, she's like, you know, I'm never going to forget about you. I'm going to hit you up, and I'm going to make sure I contact you after you give me your number, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So make a long story short, me and her had a great vibe for the rest of the party, the rest of the barbecue. I mean, the conversations flowing. You know, we just sharing information about each other's family, just talking just really connecting on some good vibes. So, like an hour passed, hour or two passed, and it's time to go home now. Remember, like, all I had to do was walk right up the block. So, me and my cousin, we leave out of the barbecue now, and we're walking home, and all of a sudden, he's like pissed off at me. You know, like he's tight, like he's angry, like he's like, yo, what the fuck? You know, you always gotta basically take over when you see a girl. You know, why the fuck is she, you know, she was all over you. Like, I don't understand. But I'm like, yo, what do you want me to do? You know, this is a situation. Like, he's pissed off. And I'm like, yo, I allowed you to talk to her. I took one for the team. I left you alone for ample amount of time. And when I pulled back up, she was all over me, bro. Like, there's nothing I could do about that, right? So we had a little, not really an argument. It was more so like him just expressing his frustration to me as a cousin, you know what I mean? Just saying, damn, bro, like you already was talking to the other girl and how you get this girl, whatever. So I was like, don't worry, young grasshopper. One day you will understand and you will learn and you would know how to, you know, navigate when it comes to conversing and being around women. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of the way that I responded to him. I wasn't responding to him in anger. I wasn't responding to him in a negative way or anything like that. But so I go home, and I would say about 3 days passed, right? 3 days passed. Now remember, I gave her my number. She didn't have her new phone yet, so she didn't give me any number. 3 days passed, and I'm just chilling. I'm in my dad's living room, just hanging out, chilling. You know, just bored, right? Not really doing shit, right? Just chilling, literally just chilling. And out of nowhere, I get a call on my phone, and it's a number that I don't recognize. It's a number I don't recognize. So I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, now, to be honest with you, I completely forgot about the girl, like, in a sense that I didn't really believe that she would keep any contact with me, right? I didn't really believe that she was going to call me. I kind of just wrote her off in my mind, especially when she said she was from Florida. I was like, this girl ain't going to hit me up. She ain't going to call me. You know, I'm moving on with my life. That's kind of was my attitude. I pick up the phone, and who is it? It's the girl from the barbecue. It's the same girl who promised me she was going to call me, who promised me she was going to hit me up when she got her LX. So she hit me up, she calls me, she tells me she got her LX or whatever. So from there, we just started having conversation on the phone. And literally, she was calling me all throughout the day, like every day kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And some time passed, and we did get to see each other one last time before she left. But then she went back to Florida. And then we still kept in contact, right? She still was calling me. You know what I'm saying? Now, remind you, we're both young at the time. So we got school going on. We're in high school and stuff like that is going on. So there is distraction. It's not, you know, it's very hard to be in a relationship when it's a long distance thing, because trust really plays even more of a part when it comes to long distance. It's like basically the whole entire relationship is trust, you know, in any relationship, but it's like much more magnified when you're talking about a long distance relationship. But We wasn't in a long distance relationship yet. You know what I'm saying? Yet, right? Keep listening. So she keeps in contact with me, and then at some point she stops keeping in contact with me. But then a couple months later, she gets back in contact with me. Then at some point, she stops keeping in contact with me. Then some months later, she gets back in contact with me again. So it was like this roller coaster vibe of like keeping in contact, but you could tell she definitely wants to keep in contact with me. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I don't mind the roller coaster ride. You know, I got my own thing going on up here. I'm sure she got her own thing going on up there. So there's no reason for me to really take things personally. That's how my mindset was, right? But I'm still like shocked at the whole thing because of the way we met, the way how, you know, I allowed my cousin to talk to her, and somehow she still kind of just fell into my lap. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. So, check this out, right? So next thing you know, she tells me she's gonna be moving to New York, right? Some time passes and she tells me she's gonna be moving to New York. And I'm like, damn, like what? Like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, one of my dreams is really becoming a reality. Like, this girl that I really, really like and really, really I'm so cool with, she's about to really come and live in my state. Like, I couldn't believe it, because like a lot of her family lived in New York at least, right? So this was like a dream come true. Like, when I found out the situation that happened and how I'm like, yo, this is God right here. Like, God is shifting things so that we can be together. You know, that's kind of how my mindset was at the time. You know what I mean? When I look back at a lot of the situation now, there was a lot of naive decisions being made when I look back at it, but it was cool. It was kind of cool because of the fact that we were able to keep in contact despite all the other bullshit, right? So she comes up to New York like she promised. And make a long story short, I mean, we really, really got to know each other because now she was older, right? I was a little older, and we got to really know each other on a more personal level where we didn't need supervision. There was no supervision when we were hanging out. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, she had a curfew when she was in New York when she was younger. Now she ain't have no curfew. You know, now I had my own car. So things was on the up and up. And make a long story short, next thing you know, the girl who was once like my dream girl, like the girl I was infatuated with and I really, really wanted to someday be with, next thing you know, everything that I imagined became true. She really became my girlfriend. You know what I mean? We really worked it out. She really moved to New York, and that really became, I really got into this relationship with her. Like, everything I imagined became a reality. Everything I envisioned as far as when it came to her kind of became a reality. So my point of what I'm saying is, what if I didn't take that opportunity to approach her and say anything to her? Or what if I didn't take the opportunity to see if she really was interested in me? Or what if I didn't talk to her at all and I was just so nervous that I didn't even ask her name? I would have never knew who she was, right? I would have never got her number. She would have never been able to keep in contact with me. We would have never gotten into a relationship. And then, of course, as time went on, we did break up, and things happen, shit happens, like in all relationships, right? We broke up, but none of it would have happened. The experience would have never been a part of my life had I never took the opportunity to talk to her. And that's kind of how life is. When it comes to your dreams or your vision or something you really, really want, or something you really, really want to accomplish and you want to come true, a lot of times all it really takes is you making the first step to make a decision to like say, yo, I'm taking advantage of this opportunity. I'm going to seize this opportunity. Because how much times in your life, like I want you to drop a comment below. Have you ever experienced in your life having an opportunity that you really, really want to take advantage of, but for whatever reason you can't take advantage of that opportunity? Maybe you feel you don't have the time. Maybe you don't have the resources right now. Maybe the stars ain't aligned right now, but you have this great opportunity that you can take advantage of, but for whatever reason you didn't. You missed out on the opportunity. Have you ever been there in that situation where you missed out on a great opportunity, like a phenomenal opportunity that's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Well, I'm going to tell you from experience right now, it's a horrible fucking feeling. It feels so horrible to be in that position where you drop the ball on an opportunity that can change your life forever. I'm telling you right now, it completely sucks. Like, that shit is fucking the most corny thing you could ever experience. Having an opportunity right here that you can't even take advantage of, or you missed out on the opportunity, or was too intimidated to make the first move when it came to the opportunity. And that one opportunity was going to be the opportunity to change your life. Have you ever been there? I'm telling you, something like this can haunt you for the rest of your life if you let it. If you let it. So the moral of the story of why I share this story is to let you know how important it is to not miss out on opportunities. You know? All risk is opportunity misspelled. That's all risk is. In order to know what's on the other side of the, the greatness that's coming for you, in order to open up the faucet of blessings to pour into your life, you have to be willing to take some type of risk, make some kind of decision, make some type of commitment. You have to do it. And that's something that I learned even when it came to making money online with business, right? In business, making money online, right? That was something that one of the great things that I learned was that if you don't invest in yourself, if you don't seize opportunity and take advantage, your life won't change. I remember being there one day when I was younger, looking at the computer screen, watching a video just like this one. But it was from a guy who was a seven-figure earner, and he was offering training to help me make money online, to learn how to market, to learn how to make passive income. He was offering training to help me to take my life to the next level by providing an opportunity. I could have easily just X'd out of that video and said, you know what? Let me just go back to my 9-to-5 job that I hate, and I'm going to stay stuck here for the next 25, 30 years just doing this. But I said, no. What is going back to that going to change about my life? What is going back to a situation that I dislike going to change about the course of my life? Nothing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. I'm going to seize the moment right now, and I'm not going to miss out on this opportunity, because if I just click the button, click add to cart, and get started and be willing to take in the information and the knowledge that this guy has to offer, I could possibly change my life. I could possibly change my finances. I could possibly have more time freedom. I could possibly feel better about myself, feel happier, have higher self-esteem. This was all the thoughts running through my mind. Attract more ladies, right? Attract more women. Be able to go out more often. Be able to spend more money. Like, that's the thought that was in my mind by simply making one decision. And honestly, if I didn't make that decision that day when I was sitting on my aunt's couch at my aunt's house, some of you know the story, I was at my aunt's house when I discovered that video that changed my life forever. You wouldn't even see me in this YouTube video right now if it wasn't for me making that one simple decision and taking advantage of that opportunity. You wouldn't even know who a John Belcher is. It's just like the other day I was talking to a client of mine, and it's funny, he was showing me his music that his brother makes, and he had no idea at all that I do music. A lot of people in the online business, in the online space who know me from online business, they have no idea at all that I make hip-hop music. They have no idea at all that I know how to rap. They have no idea at all. Most people have no idea I make music, right? So I tell them, just check me out. I'm on the digital streaming services, all digital streaming platforms, Spotify, all of them, right? iTunes, Apple Music, all of them. I'm on all DSPs, right? And when they go to my music and they hear my music, they come back and they can't even believe it's me. You know what I'm trying to say? But that's what happens. From opening up one door, the one door that opens up in your life, the one opportunity that you take advantage of, the one situation that you capitalize on, can be the one door that leads to a series of other doors that's going to get you to your destiny and where you want to be in life. But a lot of people, they overthink the first door. They overthink making the first decision. They get overwhelmed by making the first decision to open the first door that's going to lead to many following doors of prosperity. A lot of times, life doesn't just work where you just take one step and then you're all the way to the top already, right? A lot of times, success doesn't really work like that. People think it does, but really and truly, when you see somebody super successful and doing great in their life and in their business, following their purpose, following their calling, 9 times out of 10, they took a series of steps to get there, right? It was a series of new doors opening up, new doors of opportunity opening up, where one thing led to another thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing, and then all of a sudden now they're living the life of their dreams. And that's basically how it's going to happen for you. That's how you're going to be able to live the life of your dreams, because you have what it takes to live the life of your dreams. You always did. It's just a matter of you making a decision and believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Making a decision, for example, to rock with the 300 to Freedom movement. As you know, some of you know I have training products available, which is going to be a whole movement with millions of people. I am in the building phases right now of it. But basically what we're going to be doing is spreading a message. And from you being able to spread that message and learning how to market from the training products, you're going to be able to earn money. You're going to be able to earn income straight into your bank account every single day while you're at work or while you're home or not at work, whatever you choose, right? But the opportunity is here. The opportunity for you to learn, the opportunity for you to grow, and the opportunity for you to share a message of financial freedom, prosperity, and abundance, which is something that everybody wants. Everybody wants to be able to take control of their life. Most people, 98% of people would like to take control of their finances, and most importantly, 98% of people would love to take control of their time. I wasn't able to do it until I made a new decision. I wasn't able to do it until I said yes. I wasn't able to get the girl of my dream at the time without talking to her, without taking the risk of telling her, hey, can you cut me a piece of cake and bring it to me, please? You know, I wouldn't be able to do it. So my point in this video is that everything that you want to accomplish is in arm's reach for you. You can accomplish your dream. What's your dream? Is your dream to make more money doing less work? Is your dream to make 5 figures a month not having a job, you know, without having a boss breathing down your neck? What's your dream? Is your dream to make an extra $100,000 a year? What's your dream? Is your dream to earn passive income to where you're not slaving to make the money you want to make? What's your dream? I want you to get clear on your dream and what your vision is, because once you're clear on that vision and that dream, it could come to you like that. But it's going to come to you in a series of steps from you making little small decisions that's going to lead to one door that opens up another door, 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 until, aha, everything you've always wanted, everything that God promised you becomes a reality. That's how it works in life. People don't just jump to the top overnight. Even an overnight success can take 10, 20 years. Even an overnight success could take 5, 10 years. But it's all on your perspective. But don't miss out on great opportunity, because great opportunity isn't always here. Like with my training products, right? You see inflation going on, and I tell people all the time, look, my training products value is only going to go up over time. The cost of the membership and the cost of the products is only going to go up over time. Not extremely fast. It doesn't go up very, very fast exponentially. But over time, as inflation increases and the value of the dollar drops, I'm going to be honest with you, the more clients I get, over time, the higher my prices are going to become, because my time is going to become more valuable. The information, I don't want it to get out to everybody who's not deserving of the information, so I make sure that I kind of weed out a certain group of people by keeping the products at a certain price, so that I know that I'm working with serious people who really, really want to achieve success, financial freedom, and prosperity. If you don't want to achieve passive income, if you don't want to be able to learn how to market for yourself, if you don't want to learn how to take control of your time and your finances, if you don't want to spend more time with your family, your children, you know, your loved ones, if you don't want to do that stuff, if you don't want to learn how to become a successful brand, if you don't want to learn how to have a skill set where you can just push buttons on the computer every day and make money from, if you don't want to know what it feels like to quit your job, then don't work with me. You know what I'm saying? These products are not for you. You know, my 300 to Freedom movement system is not for you if you're not a person who's looking for those things. Just being honest with you. If you're not an ambitious kind of person, if you're not a person who's looking to, you know, really, really level up in your life and level up in mind and spirit, then honestly, what I'm doing is not in line with what you want to do. Just being real with you. But, you know, it's been a while since I popped on YouTube and did a video, man. I really, really missed you guys. And I said, you know what, I got to do this video talking to you guys about this, how I got my first dream girl and took advantage of the opportunity by simply making a decision. That was all it really was. Like, I don't know if you've ever been there where you've been very intimidated of a girl and you were wondering if you could ever get her. And you're like, damn, I don't know if I'm good enough, or I don't know if I'm deserving. Or some ladies out there, right? You ever seen a guy and, you know, you really, really like him, and deep inside you might be intimidated of him or get nervous when you're around him and you don't know if you can get this dude, right? Have you ever been in a situation like that where it's like, damn, I don't know if I should talk to him? Ladies, drop the pride. Drop the pride, drop the ego a little bit. Go talk to him. You don't have to be, you know, promiscuous or anything like that, but you could just start a conversation. You could say hi, you could say hello. You know, you could ask him how his day is going. You could just say something that's very neutral and not very like aggressive. You don't have to seem like a hoe or anything like a hoe or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still get to getting that guy by being strategic about the way you approach and talk to him in a way where he will still value you and he won't see you as a fast girl, for example. I'm just giving you an example, right? But my point is that a lot of times we miss opportunities when it comes to somebody we really like and we really want. We kind of get frozen and we get stuck overthinking and really just having low self-esteem. Like, yo, am I deserving of this person? Am I deserving of this opportunity? Am I deserving of this lifestyle? Yes, you are deserving of the lifestyle you want. I'm here to tell you, yes, you are deserving of the lifestyle you want. Yes, you are deserving of the finances you want to have. Yes, you are deserving of it. The crown is for the taking. Success is for the taking. It just needs somebody like you to take advantage of the opportunities and to take action. And next thing you know, your life starts changing. But don't be that person like me, who I've had situations, I'll tell you in another video, about a girl who I've missed out on big time, right? And it was because I was too intimidated, overthinking, overwhelmed about approaching her, overwhelmed about getting to know her. When also she was a gorgeous, beautiful girl. I mean, I'm talking about this girl was like top 3 best looking girl in my high school at the time. And I completely dropped the ball with that situation. I completely dropped the ball with getting to know this girl. Right? Maybe it was for a reason, because then I got to become the boyfriend of the girl who I met later on, right? But my point is simple. My point is that when there's opportunity before you and you know it's a great opportunity, don't freeze up, don't overthink it too much, and most importantly, don't drop the ball if you know it's something that you really want to advance your life. If it's something that you really want and it's going to be the thing that helps you to get to the next level, if it's going to be the thing that helps you boost your confidence, if it's going to be the thing that helps you to learn something that you can take with you forever, if it's going to be the thing to help you to earn passive income for the rest of your life, if it's going to be the thing to help you potentially quit your job, if it's going to be the thing to help you to connect with other people who are also movers and shakers and people who are trying to have success, don't drop the ball on that opportunity. God put the opportunity before you for a reason. All right? This is your life coach and mentor, Jonathan Belcher. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you have a story where you missed out on an opportunity, or you was too late to an opportunity, or you didn't know how to handle a great opportunity when it came and you lost the opportunity. Drop a comment below. I would love to hear your story, because I'm sure that we can all learn something from your story, and we can take the information moving forward so that we cease opportunities and stop missing out on opportunities. Because the definition of poor, all it is passing over opportunities repeatedly. I'm going to see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. I appreciate you. And I'm going to see you at the top. Peace.